This is the Detroit Sports Podcast Network.
Do you play FanDuel and feel like you aren't creating consistent money-making lineups? Go over to the DFS Doctors on Twitter at the DFS Doctors and DM them with promo code Detroit Sports to get a free trial for their analytically formulated 70% lifetime profit rate NFL and NBA lineups. The whole purpose of playing daily fantasy sports is to get out there and compete and give yourself a chance to win. So go over to the DFS Doctors. Let them help you. They have analysts on staff that look at the best optimal lineup that you can put out there to win money. So why not take advantage? At the DFS Doctors, promo code Detroit Sports.
CBD is a game changer sweeping the nation. This hemp extract is the natural way to elevate your mood, eliminate aches and pains, reduce anxiety, and keep you sleeping all night long. It can even cut your workout recovery time in half. Get in the game today with 20% off all orders of CBD and lavender products from Lavender Lane, a lavender farm located right here in Milan, Michigan. Just go to lavenderlanemi.com today and enter coupon code Detroit for 20% off your entire order. Guys, look, these amazing products are infused with calming lavender to maximize their effectiveness, meaning your CBD items only take minutes to take effect, which is way quicker than those pills you were about to swallow. On top of it, they are perfect for men and women. Lavender Lane has lab-tested CBD creams, tinctures, and roll-ons that are perfect for any situation, even if you're on the go. Put your health back in your hands by heading over to lavenderlanemi.com and entering coupon code Detroit for 20% off your entire order of CBD and lavender products. What do you have to lose? Your satisfaction is guaranteed or your money back. So if you need lavender gifts for your loved ones or just looking for the natural way to ease your discomfort with CBD, go to lavenderlanemi.com and use coupon code Detroit to unlock these miraculous benefits of CBD and lavender. That's lavenderlanemi.com. And remember, use coupon code DETROIT for 20% off your CBD and lavender products from Michigan's own Lavender Lane.
The top 5 reasons Jim Harbaugh could still get it done at Michigan. Next on this week's episode of Michigan Podcast.
But there's going to be one team that's going to play solely as a team. No man is more important than the team. No coach is more important than the team. The team, the team, the team.
Looks deep for Anthony Carter. Waits for it. Hit. Caught.
This is no time for that. In the pocket and a sack. Tim Jamison.
Brady gets terrific. Throws it and a touchdown. Knight again. Schultz just before Brazil got him. And a leaping interception by Woodson.
Harbaugh back to throw over the middle. Caught by Collier at the 5 on his feet. Touchdown, Michigan. On its way. It's good.
He's 5'7", 179 pounds, a junior at Michigan. But Jamie Morris packs a wall of him, and he delivers for Bo Schembechler.
And here's your first play. Pressure coming. Sack. It is Glenn Steele, number 81, who fought his way through the traffic.
Option. And Robinson calls his own number, and he's going to score. Oh, an easy touchdown for Robinson and Michigan.
Win it. We're going to win the championship again because we're going to play as a team. And when we play as a team and the old season is over, you and I know it's going to be Michigan again. Michigan.
Go Blue, I'm Steve Deace, and welcome to this week's episode of Michigan Podcast. Hopefully all of you are staying safe during the current coronavirus pandemic, outbreak, panic, whichever you wish to call it. But given what is going on and the lack of sports, we thought this is absolutely the time to keep Michigan podcast going, that we could use all the distractions we could get. Now, the format's going to be a little different over the next few weeks. It's going to be more big picture items and a series that we're going to do. Top 5 reasons why. Top 5 reasons why. And we'll tackle several questions along those lines. And that begins with this week's. The top 5 reasons why Jim Harbaugh can still get it done at Michigan. And what we mean by get it done, win the school's first Big Ten championship since 2004. I cannot believe I just said that. I can't believe it's been that long, and I want to throw up in my mouth a little. Now, before the army, swarming army of Buckeyes invades the comments section with the snark, let me say this. This is a contrarian view for me. I'm actually going against what I think because I don't think he's going to get it done. I've lost all hope. I don't think he'll ever beat Ohio State, ever win a championship. I just think we're doomed to go 9-3 every year for the rest of my life. That's where I'm at right now. Okay. But I thought, hey, I'm going to challenge myself by trying to find optimism. And can I make a real case? So I'm going to make the best case that I can make here for the next few minutes. And then I'll leave it up to those of you in the comments that watched this week's video to determine for yourself whether the case is compelling or not. Here's the first reason why I think Jim Harbaugh could still get it done. He is consistently putting a top 10 roster in college football on the field. They started last year with only one less 4- and 5-star recruit than Clemson did. When you look at Michigan's 4-year player recruiting average going into this season compared to Clemson and several of the other top programs in the country, it's negligible. So this is going to be a top 10 roster in the country for the foreseeable future, given the recruiting that Jim Harbaugh has done and the pipeline that is there. And you just have to think, if you're putting that kind of roster on the field, I mean, we just saw the NFL scouting combine. Only LSU had more players invited than Michigan. So eventually, when you're rolling that kind of talent out on the field, you got to think things just kind of come together for you at least one time when you've got that kind of personnel. So I think that's the number one reason, the talent. The number 2 reason why I think Jim Harbaugh can still get it done is Michigan now has a modern offense to go along with Don Brown's attacking defense. And I know that defense hasn't done diddly squat. It's been more like a speed bump or an Olay against Ohio State the last couple of years. But against everybody else, Don Brown's defense has been pretty good. Last year was considered a down year. They still finished 11th in the country in total defense. They have finished, I think, top 5 all of the other previous seasons that Don Brown has been here. The question is, when you do get up against other elite teams or teams that are more elite than you, and they can solve your defense from a personnel perspective, and you got to score more points to beat those teams, does Michigan have the kind of modern offense that can win a game against an Ohio State 42-39, like that legendary number 1 versus number 2 game back in 2006? Well, the answer has been no. But I think we are beginning to get to the point that the answer is potentially yes. And you really saw the offense come on at the end of the year. Even against Ohio State in a game Michigan got dominated, you still saw in the first half, and up until that point, Michigan scored more points than I think anybody else had on Ohio State all season long. So and you give Josh Gaddis now another year with that offensive system, that now you are starting to see the sort of explosive offense it's going to take, because college football has become now a game of offense. Reason number 3 of the top 5 reasons why I think Jim Harbaugh could still get it done: Dylan McCaffrey, Joe Milton, or J.J. McCarthy, the incoming recruit in 2021, 5-star quarterback. One of these guys has to be. You're not going to miss on all 3. One of them, given their bloodlines, their recruiting pedigrees, given what they bring to the table, what we've seen of the first 2, what we've heard about all 3, one of them has to be the paradigm shifting quarterback. And here's why that matters. You know, I've long said you cannot hide your quarterback in college football. It's even more true nowadays. If you don't have an elite player at quarterback, you're not going to be an elite team. It doesn't matter how good you are everywhere else. If you're not elite at quarterback, you're not going to be an elite team. And Michigan has not been elite at quarterback despite a lot of talent elsewhere on the field. So I'm banking that one of those 3 guys, Dylan McCaffrey, Joe Milton, or freshman in 2021, J.J. McCarthy, current 5-star, One of those three is going to become a paradigm shifter at quarterback and be the guy that now carries Michigan to wins, as opposed to a guy that either is just a game manager like a Shea Patterson was, or Wilton Speight when he was healthy, or a guy that Michigan had to win in spite of at times, like a John O'Korn. Reason number 4 of my top 5 reasons why Jim Harbaugh can still get it done at Michigan. Look at the skill talent that is waiting in the wings these next few years. Michigan is absolutely loaded at running back with Hassan Haskins, Zach Charbonnet, incoming freshman Blake Corum, Chris Evans returning. He's a game breaker himself. They're loaded at running back. And they'll get, whether it's Donovan Edwards or somebody else, they're going to get a top running back in the 2021 class because they're in on too many of them to strike out. They're going to get at least one of those top tier running back guys. So this is going to be a loaded room next year and the next couple of years. And then you look at the receivers Michigan has coming back with the addition of Nico Collins returning for his senior year, the recruits coming in like a high school All-American like an A.J. Henning, considered one of the top slot receivers in the country. Roman Wilson, one of the fastest players in the country. You look at some of the receivers that Michigan is in on in recruiting for 2021, the skill talent. And that's really what's been lacking. Michigan has put a lot of guys in the pros under Jim Harbaugh, but there haven't been a lot of skill position players where you see the Ohio States, Alabamas, etc., LSUs. They're loaded with NFL talent at the skill slots, and I think you're starting to see that now with Michigan as well. The recruiting emphasis on upgrading the skill position talent is really beginning to take hold. And that brings me to the final of my top 5 reasons why I think Michigan can finally, or Jim Harbaugh can finally get it done at the University of Michigan. At some point, don't the breaks just have to finally go your way? Don't they? I mean, at some point, your starting quarterback doesn't, blow out a collarbone before the Ohio State game. Wilton Speight, 2016. At some point, you make that one stop against the Curtis Samuels and JT Barretts. At some point, Josh Metellus doesn't drop that interception in the end zone. I mean, at some point, you have to think with how much talent they have and what Jim Harbaugh's resume was before he came to Michigan. At some point, you have to think there's going to be progression to the mean, right? You've heard the phrase regression to the mean. Well, sometimes you have progression to the mean as well. And you just have to think when you've been as close as Michigan has been, that at some point, the breaks just go your way. Steve Deace here. I just want to say a quick thank you to our new partner, Surfshark, who knows that our entire lives are spent online and you need to make sure that you're protected. Surfshark is a VPN service that makes online protection easy. Don't you hate it when you get an ad that pops up online and makes you think, hey, who's listening in to what I'm doing here? Well, Surfshark helps to get rid of those targeted ads. And Surfshark makes sure nobody is seeing your personal info without your permission and protects you from hackers who are after either your emails or your passwords. It's super easy to use too. Get Surfshark VPN at surfshark.deals/Michigan Podcast. That's surfshark.deals/Michigan Podcast. Enter promo code Michigan Podcast for 83% off and 1 extra month free. Promo code Michigan Podcast for 83% off and 1 extra month free. Try it out now and know that you are safe online. Surfshark VPN. Don't forget, you can stay up to date with everything we talk about here on Michigan Podcast in between episodes by visiting our website at WolverineDigest.com. Again, that's WolverineDigest.com. Myself, Michael Spath, and Brandon Brown keep you up to date each and every day on everything trending and happening with the Maize and Blue. So again, if you want to stay up to date on those Michigan Wolverines, go to WolverineDigest.com. Again, that's WolverineDigest.com. All right, let's put the spots in there since I forgot to pause after number 2. Okay. And I just remember that, which is why I paused right there. And then we'll come back and wrap things up. Okay. That's going to do it for this week's episode of Michigan Podcast as we begin a little early. We've done these mini episodes the last couple of off seasons. Now, this year, the off season is going to be a little longer with no NCAA tournament and no spring football. But we begun a new series, Top 5 Reasons Why. And this week, it is Top 5 Reasons Why Jim Harbaugh can still get it done when it comes to winning a championship at Michigan. What do you think of my top 5 reasons? Did you find them compelling or not? Try to come up with a reason other than go blue or I'm a Bucknut and Michigan sucks. See if maybe there's a little bit more thought you could put into your response in the comment section. Also, feel free to like, rate, and subscribe if it's on YouTube or you're listening on iTunes, Google, or Stitcher Play. Please help us to get the word out. Leave us those 5-star reviews on the podcast. Give us a like and a subscribe here on YouTube, and share the links with your other Michigan and college sports fans as well. Follow us on Twitter at Michigan Podcast. Check us out every day. We are still uploading a ton of content every day at WolverineDigest.com. That's WolverineDigest.com. You don't want to miss that. We've all got plenty of downtime right now, do we not? Until next week, go blue.